Celtic's search for a new permanent manager is ongoing, with a number of options being assessed to replace Brendan Rodgers at Parkhead. Rodgers quit Celtic in dramatic circumstances in the aftermath of their 3-1 defeat to Hearts, against a backdrop of frustration with the owner's decisions. As a result, Martin O'Neill was brought in on an interim basis and has enjoyed a fast start to life at Celtic, but there is a feeling a more permanent solution is needed quickly. Alongside the likes of Ange Postecoglou, Craig Bellamy, and Cheryl Knutson, Ipswich Town boss Kieran McKenna has emerged as a key target for the Hoops. Reports have claimed McKenna would need convincing to leave Ipswich after his success at Ipswich, but Celtic could tempt him into making the switch to Scotland. Football Insider revealed on 31st of October that McKenna would be open to joining Celtic, as they are set to prove a tempting proposition for the Ipswich Town boss. However, as I explained on the latest edition of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, any move for the boss would require Celtic to pay his huge compensation fee, which is believed to be worth around £5 million, to prize him away from Portman Road. While there are other targets on the Hoops' radar, McKenna stands out as a leading contender thanks to his recent success, and they are likely to explore his availability. Speaking on the Inside Track podcast, I explained, again, it's not an easy deal to do Ipswich. They don't really want to lose him, and he is under a long-term contract at Portman Road, so it would be a huge compensation fee that Ipswich would require from Celtic if they were to let him go. That would cost them around £5 million. That's going to be pretty hefty, and whether Celtic would be willing to pay that remains to be seen. He is one of the most highly regarded young managers in the country as well. He would fit all of the criteria that Celtic are looking for in that respect. It'd be a huge coup if Celtic were to land Kieran McKenna. This comes after McKenna was linked with the West Ham job last month, while he has previously been tipped to take over at the likes of Tottenham, Chelsea, and Man United. Ange Postecoglou, Martin O'Neill? Next manager update. McKenna is one of a number of bosses being considered for the managerial position at Parkhead, with Postecoglou tipped by many as a leading contender. However, Football Insider revealed on 31st of October that Postecoglou is planning to take a break after leaving Nottingham Forest and will not rush into a job. That has left the club scrambling for alternative options, with the current plan to find a replacement as soon as possible despite O'Neill's interim appointment. Football Insider revealed on 31st of October that O'Neill could take the permanent job at Celtic if he proves to be a success during his interim spell. The 73-year-old's last full-time managerial role was with Nottingham Forest in 2019, but sources say he is excited by his return and has changed his mind on just being interim.